Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about the true power of Access database. That is being able to link different tables together so that I can pull data using these relationships that are associated between the tables. An example is that if I go in and I look at the semester, in each one of the semesters, I have faculty. Well, the faculty that's listed here is also the same faculty that's listed over in instructors. But you can see the value of being able to just list only my instructors here instead of having to list all of the instructor information on out here in further columns in this area. So with Access, I can go in and I can establish these relationships with my between faculty ID in semester and faculty ID in the instructor. I'm going to do that by going up to Database Tools. And again, I'm establishing relationships. These are relationships between two tables. We have four tables here, so if whenever you go in and you click on your database, if all your tables don't come in, you can click Add Tables. Then you'll be able to see over here on the side that there are more tables that we missed. We can add class, and we can also add student. Once we've got those in here, now it's time to create the relationships between the different tables. We talked about creating the one between faculty ID and semester. As a matter of fact, there's already a line there which is showing that there is something there. However, let's look here. Student ID in class is really the same thing as the student ID in the student. Now, note that this does not have to have the exact same name on this setup. It could be student identification number here or student ID here, but what does have to be the same is the data has to be the same. The name doesn't, but the data does. If I want to link class to student, if I left click and drag and drop it right on top of the other student, it comes in and says, do you want to relate student ID in class to student ID in student? Now we can enforce referential integrity, but that's really more than what we're doing in um, this video. It has to do with making sure that all the records are deleted in the future. We don't need to click that now. Just click on create, and you'll see when I click on create, we've created this relationship, student ID to student ID. All right, that's the overall idea behind setting up these relationships here. Class ID is also related to this class ID. Class ID in semester is related to class ID in the class. Again, we're going to create this. You'll note that when you go through this, every one of these tables should be linked in some way to another table. Otherwise, you have a table there that there are no relationships being associated with it. So again, I have faculty ID together. I have student ID linked, and then I also have class ID. Once you finish that, you are ready to save the data. Saving the data is done exactly the way that we've done it in the past. All you need to do is go up and click on the X to bring this down. It's going to say, do you want to save these changes? Click yes, and at that point you've linked all of your relationships together.